Alright guys, after over a month of no videos, I'm back. Back with something special. Everybody knows I love Amber Amethyst and I've been playing Just in Time forever. And I was working on a modern Just in Time list when I decided that Just in Time is the worst card in the deck. So I started building around Mufasa because I was like, oh my gosh, no Just in Time means no actions. No actions means I can play all characters. So I was like, let's make an Amber Amethyst Mufasa list. And then yet again, another little side quest. I love Dale. We all know I love Dale. I've used Chip and Dale in like every build so far this set, and I finally thought this is the one where it's perfect. You know, it's all characters. I'm always gonna have something to bring back. I can bring back Mufasa. So fun. So I've played this at 2 tournaments so far. It hasn't done amazing, but it's because I keep finding bad matchups. This deck is meant to counter what I thought was going to be the primary meta. It just isn't locally for me. Which is Ruby decks, like Ruby Sapphire, Ruby Amethyst. It took up most of the European and American challenges, so I figured a lot of people would be net decking or playing those Ruby decks, and they aren't. They're playing Steel, and it's fine. You can deal with Steel, but it's just, it's not the best matchup. You want the perfect matchup. Like yesterday, I played a set champ. I ended up getting fourth, but out of all 7 matches I played one Ruby deck, which it was one of the 2 Ruby decks that were at the event with 24 people. So not ideal, but I'm going to go into a little comprehensive concept of the deck, tell you the lines I'm running, tips to play it, and even if you want to, you shouldn't play it against steel decks. Like if your meta doesn't have a lot of Ruby, I would just play a different deck. But let's get into it. Alright, so I've got a very terrible slideshow presentation to show you the basis of the deck. So obviously we're playing Chip and Dale with Dale. So when you play Dale, you can mill 3 cards. So you can fill up your discard with all these awesome options so that when you shift and you ink a card, you can bring back exactly what you need. You know, if you have a little queen, you can shift onto it. If you need an Elsa to kill an evasive, you need one more lore, just get a go. Draw some cards with Rapunzel, get ready for it, be prepared with Mufasa. Whatever it is you need, Dale can help you find it, and this Dale can help you put it in the discard so you can bring it back later. And then, yeah, like this. Bring back Rapunzel to heal off Genie, bring back Goat. And this is just like, at the end of the day, you still are playing like a hyper aggro deck. You can just go super fast. And I feel like a lot of people, they try to only play one drop and then a 2 drop on 2. But like sometimes you just ink the big things and you can just go crazy wide and you'll win in certain matchups. Alright, now with the Ruby decks, which yet again I told you this is the good thing. A lot of the deck does have 4 strength, which dodges Medusa. But overall, we're trying to draw in the early game. We need to get a Rapunzel off. If you don't, you can still win. I mean, both the Ruby games I played, I was on the draw, and I never had Rapunzel go off before the Be Prepared, and I was fine. I had a Genie, which is also great, but they could just brawl him, so he's not amazing. But Mufasa, if you play Mufasa turn 6, or 7, if you're on the play, right before the Be Prepared, it's kind of brutal. As long as you're wide enough where they have to be prepared. If this flips into something good, like another Mufasa, mine was doing that a lot, that's gonna be awesome, Or maybe it flips into a Bell, and then they can't even Medusa the next turn. That's guaranteed at least 2 lore, maybe 4, which is just so nice. Or maybe you're at 19, you flip into a Goat and just win. Mufasa's just way too good against Be Prepared, and even if they Medusa, like, it's gonna flip another character, so it's really strong against Ruby. It's not as good against Steel, though. Now, Genie's like a big threat this set, and we have a few different counters. This mostly works against Ruby Amethyst, or Ruby Emerald, or Emerald Amethyst. So first off, we can play Pascal, which is literally in here just for Genie. Pascal with a crab or Pascal with a queen can take out Genies. You give the 3 strength, hits for 4. Queen can give +4 and -4, so the Pascal actually lives. You can also Genie and Crab, Genie and Queen. Or you can Elsa and Crab, Elsa and Queen. Obviously, Genie and Elsa can also take it out. But then Another option is with Bell. So if you like attack a genie with your genie, you can move the 2 damage and take out theirs. Or if you just have 2 damage on another character, it can be nice. Or if you hit them with a Pascal and you have 3 damage, you can move 3. But yeah, Bell helps do the math. These two obviously great at countering Genie. I mean, there's not a ton of ways to kill Genie in this deck, but I think it's enough to where if you're holding stuff for the Emerald or the Amethyst matchup, you should be ready when the time comes. Now, Amber Steel. Amber Steel is probably like the menace of locals. I bet a lot of set champs just Amber Steel, Diggy Diggy Hole, all the things. So we really want Daisy's a great opener because like nothing, you can't kill a Daisy on turn 1. Uh, which if you play, there's a few games I played against a Diggy Diggy Hole deck where I'd play turn 1 Daisy, and then I'd play 2 Queens in turn 2. So like I can shift on either one. You can't really take out both. So I just always get the shift, and then I can shift and take out stuff with Daisy, whatever it is. Or the Daisy usually lasts until turn 3, where you can play either a crab or a fox and then take stuff out. Either one's great. You kind of just want to go wide in this matchup, and then use your foxes, use your crabs, use your queens. Bell even also great. Yeah, then against Cinderella, there's also this option, or like there's one game where I had 2 daisies out, and then they played 2 daisies, but when I played this, my 2 daisies then hit for 2 each, so I could just hit with both into daisy every turn, which they couldn't do that back, so they were only hitting for 1. But this is a good play if they're like, oh, my Cinderella's safe, Daisy only hits for 1. They quest or sing, then Daisy gets Challenger 1 from Mim and can take out the Cinderella, which is pretty nasty, actually. I mean, that's like is a cornerstone of their deck if they play this turn 1. They really don't want this to be dead. There's Robin Hood. If you're playing against typical Steel Song, there's a few ways around it. There was a match where I played any 3/4 works, Dale's fine. But if you play 3/4 and you hit Robin Hood, and then you can Bell the 3 damage from Dale, take out Robin Hood, and they don't draw a card, which is absolutely disgusting. Obviously, Crab and Dale, or Crab in any 3/4, 3 strength, like even a Crab on Crab, can take out Robin Hood. But I just like this because then the Dale lives with 3 damage left, so you can Rapunzel or Bell. Always great. You always want yourself to live because then they have to sacrifice even more resources to take out a character that could have just died if it was a 3/3. The win con. So every matchup is pretty different. I mean, generally you're playing the same stuff, but there's certain cards you want to find more in certain matchups than you do in others. With Ruby Amethyst, you really want to find your Pascal early because they don't really have evasive counters. You need the Rapunzel, like I said. Mufasa's obviously the win, and Goat having 4 strength and just gaining lore is too good. This matchup you shouldn't really worry about it. Kind of the same as Ruby Sapphire, except I think Piglet is a bit better because not a lot of Ruby Sapphire players play Brawl. And if they do, they're slowing themselves down a lot. So Piglet's pretty good at just applying a lot of pressure. Um, Amber Steel I just talked about. You want these Dales for good trades. You want Queens. You want Bells, Daisies. All this just to make positive trades and like eliminate their board. Then another, if you go against Hyper Aggro or another Amber Amethyst, you just want things that kill. You want the 2/2 on 1. You want the Merlin Crabs. You want the Fox. You want the Bell. I did play against Hyper Aggro, and it was actually pretty rough because they were on the play. But eventually, I got Bells and Foxes, and I just won. Emerald Amethyst is kind of the same as Ruby Amethyst, but more emphasis on evasives because they play like Go-Go and sometimes Diablo. There's different versions of Emerald Amethyst, but I think you need more evasives because they're not going to be prepared. They're not going to wipe the board. You have to deal with these. Then Emerald Steel, yet again, like evasives are a big issue because Diablo is just so strong. And I love if you can get the shift Chippendale. There's not a lot of ways for them to deal with it besides we don't talk about Bruno, but if you can manage to shift Chippendale and then just start inking him and bringing back characters you need, that could be pretty strong. I mean, there's not a lot of ways to come back if you're getting a good engine that they can't discard. Like if they discard, you just bring it back. It's pretty nice. And let's talk about the mulligan. So mulligan's probably the most important part of Lorcana. Like if you're trying to get good at the game, the mulligan is where you get good. So things you don't want to you don't want to see in your mulligan are Chip and Dale. You almost never want to see it right away. You want to draw into it later, or see it in the discard is fine. But you don't want it right away. I lost a game because I had both Chip and Dales in my starting hand. You don't want more than one genie, or like genie and a Chip and Dale. It's rough. So sometimes I just mulligan all the genies depending on the matchup, but you definitely don't want two. It just breaks your hand too much. Because you want to be playing a 5-on-5, not a 4-on-5. And you don't want a bunch of 5s, ever. Like, you're going to draw into it. There's so many of them. You're going to find, this is what I learned with Jit, like, you just don't need them. This is what you do want is Rapunzel and Dale. This is so good. If you're on the play, there's almost no way for them to kill Dale without you getting damage to Rapunzel off of, except like a fox or a crab. So this is always a good play. Like I said, hyper aggro, just 1-drops. In most matchups, this is fine. You'll recover. Like Trinobogs will draw itself back. Pascal's probably not going to die. Daisy will get value off Rapunzel or Belle later. And then also this, usually for the draw, you want like Daisy, Crab, Mim, or just any 1-drop works, but Daisy's the best. Just to like rotate your hand. You can kill their stuff, but you're only losing a 1-drop. And Fox can just bounce it back, so you can replay it again pretty easily. But these are like the early hands you want. You don't want big stuff or genies. You just want low to the ground. You can punish them as a dream. So I'm going to play a few games on Inktable, and we see the deck in action. I'm going to show another game against Amber Steel because I feel like the AI plays Amber Steel a bit better. We can see the early game. This is actually a really good hand, but we don't need Piglet. So I think I am going to do the double queen thing. Okay, they have no 1-drop. That's actually kind of crazy. This hand is so good. Oh, get rid of a queen. Play the followers. This hand is too good, to be honest. Quest with this. I'm just going to get rid of the Mim. Play this queen. Another big mistake I see a lot is people they use Chernobog's ability way too often. Like, you don't need to be doing it every single time. This is not fun. I think I'm just going to play Crab. I don't like Calhoun. It's my least favorite to deal with. No. This is fine. I'll ink this. Kill Happy. And so we're just going to clean the board up. So I've got more cards than them. This is fine. We don't really want this Chip and Dale right now because we don't have a shift. But it's okay. We'll survive. It's rough. I'm just gonna play Elsa. We're not gonna challenge though. I'm a little afraid of Calhoun or Rapunzel. I never want to leave damage on their characters, yeah. Okay, we got the second bell, which is fantastic. So we'll just take some damage off this. And then we'll move 3 to dock. And then next turn, we can... Never mind. They did have the Rapunzel though, so that was a good call. Okay, they do 3 there, which is amazing because I want the damage. Maybe we'll get a Rapunzel of our own someday. Never happens. Okay, we can kill her and then take out Cinderella. Quest for 2. We might just have to get to 8, so I'll start inking. And hopefully eventually we find some way to draw. They've got another Rapunzel, which is going to be crazy good. Burst of speed. Alright, so next turn we can bring out the Chippendale. Let's take out Rapunzel here. And let's quest for 3. Now we're ahead, but they have a pretty good amount of cards. It's a little strange. Kill with Rapunzel? No, they're just attacking for fun. Alright. I guess it does prevent me from attacking. But yeah, we'll whip out the Chippendale. And I think I'm just going to quest out because we're way ahead of them. And we should win next turn. Like, if these two survive, I win next turn. But I don't think they can take out everything. I don't really have anything good in the discard, but we'll see. Yeah, they're just questing. What's a genie? So I get ink and bring back Belle, and then I can actually play Belle. I can move 1 and take out Rapunzel, so you see the use of Chippendale. It's pretty good to get exactly what you need at the end of the game. Hopefully this game is more eventful than the last because that was garbage. Alright, I should have mulliganed harder, but I got lucky. We do not want Mufasa. Yet again, no 1-drop is insane. Their deck is like full of 1-drops. This does not happen, and I wish... This is literally 3 for 3. Like, I could just keep rotating games, but eventually I just gotta give up. That's annoying. They're probably gonna take out the queen. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Like, it's good for us. And we can get the Dale out. Dale with no ops on board. That's a W Dale. Lilo. Happy. Happy more like crappy. Ooh. Oh, mill 3. We milled the Chippendale. No. The next turn, hopefully we can heal off of this garbage. Never mind. They're gonna throw big Pluto at us. Maybe we'll get lucky. Find a crab or something. No, that's not it. Alright, well, we gotta take this out. I'm just gonna heal for 1. This might be bad, but that worked out. We kind of have control. Like, they don't have a lot of cards. And if they quest with this happy, then I can just move to Calhoun. So, yeah, I'm fine with all this happening. Alright, I'll take this out. Move the 2 damage to Calhoun, and then we'll take out Lilo. This is so fun. We'll take out Rapunzel. Dude, playing alone is actually, like, depressing. Because I'm just talking to myself, and I'm not made for this, I don't think. I'm good at yapping, but usually there's someone to be yapped to. We can play the queen. Probably should have played Belle and just saved the quest, but whatever, we're here now. I think we win next turn, so doesn't matter. Yeah, we definitely win next turn. Quest for 12. All these 2 questers feels great. Yeah, we just win this one. But, you know, it's still pretty good. Like, I'm just saying we have the ability to control the aggro really easily, which I feel like a lot of decks right now are struggling to. Like, decks that have been good for a while are struggling to keep up with these new aggro steel variants, but not me. Not me. Well, I'm ending the video here because I'm tired of the AI doing weird AI things. But I really love Amber Amethyst, and if you have any suggestions, please comment. And if you liked it, subscribe because I actually do plan on uploading more videos. Sorry for like the month off. And if you like this video specifically, it would be so helpful if you leave a like and if you comment whatever you can say, and then you just say hi, and I will reply to it. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.